Donald Trump will invoke the Insurrection Act on April 20th, 2025 and declare martial law. Come back here when I'm right. I always fucking am.
That was yesterday. Let's check for martial law. Is there martial law under here? No, that's a cat. What about in this box here? No, a couple more cats. Hey, you guys see any martial law laying around here? Somebody talk to me. Guys, martial law, where is it? Martial law? Martial law? Martial law? No martial law here? I don't get it. Well, after my own very independent, extensive research, I've come to find there is no martial law. And those who told you there is are full of shit. Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati. I'm MC Too Tall, and this is the MC Too Tall Show. We're going to talk a little something about Donald Trump and martial law. And no, I'm not talking about the George Clinton song. It's gonna take We're not talking about the George Clinton song, martial law. We're not talking about the old karate series, martial law, with Kelly Hu, and she was freaking hot. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Donald Trump declaring martial law on the country. In other words, the type of stuff that would empower Donald Trump with a bunch of guys in brown shirts with red armbands to go goose-stepping through housing projects and the ghettos of Bushwick, Brooklyn, dragging single black mothers out of their apartments crying, stripping them naked, and boarding them on a train, never to see their children again. That kind of stuff. Basically, the full of shit scare tactics that CNN and MSNBC like to embark on the sheeple. They like to bestow this stuff upon the sheeple, I should say. And this is the kind of garbage propaganda I've been speaking against for years before people knew my actual political affiliation, before I even had an official one, or the brief time in my life when I was questioning where I stand politically. And I've come to find, if you hold the right accountable, some people on the right will agree with you. You hold the left accountable, and you will get all kinds of pushback from the left and be accused of being a Nazi. And I wasn't originally interested in voting for Donald Trump back in 2015, 2016. But I knew Hillary Clinton was not the answer. I was very much against Hillary Clinton. I was considering other Democratic candidates. I was even considering the Libertarian candidate, who I did vote for in 2012. I did not vote for Romney, and I certainly wasn't going to make that mistake of voting for Barack Obama again. And so I was considering other Democratic candidates, like Tulsi Gabbard, in not 2019. I'm sorry. There were other Democratic candidates that I was considering. Forgot their names. Wasn't Bernie Sanders. I looked into it, saw that his stuff was a little bit too radical and communist, and I wasn't going for that. But I was considering other Democratic candidates besides Hillary Clinton, and eventually I was this close to voting Libertarian for the second election year in a row. Same exact guy, too, Gary Johnson. But there was something about Donald Trump. And there was something about the left's reaction to my criticism of their top candidate. And when they came at me, and when people who were of that ilk, who I didn't even know were of that ilk, because they were friends of mine and we didn't talk politics, and they just came out and unfriended me on Facebook in defense of Hillary Clinton, that's when I said, you know what? She is so evil. I must oppose her at all costs. And if that means voting for Donald Trump, which is a Hillary supporter's worst nightmare, then damn it, that's what I'm going to do. And I went on a quest to piss off the left, and I'm still on that same quest. In fact, I want to take the credit for turning New York red when New York eventually becomes red. I'm going to take the Scott Presslip add-in of Pennsylvania that he's bringing into New Jersey. I'm going to actually reach out to Scott Presslip. I'm going to reach out to Scott Presslip, find out what he did to the letter to turn over people from Pennsylvania to make them first-time registered voters and vote Republican, flip some of those Democrats that turn Republican, what he did there, what he intends to do in New Jersey, and then take that model and work that model in New York and become like the Scott Presslip of New York. And if that means getting into my my hot plate friggin' truck and driving all over New York State, past state troopers, taking the risk of arrest or whatever, then so be it, damn it, so be it. That's what I'm going to do, damn it. And, yeah, man, I need to do this because look what they're doing. They're sicking the press on Donald Trump again, saying that he's going to invoke martial law upon the people. So how's this martial law thing working out for you? It's 2 days later. 2 days later, and there is no martial law. MSNBC's full of shit, CNN's full of shit, all these TikTokers and Instagrammers and influencers that are less influential than I am, the Harry Sissons of the world, bunch of sick freaks trying to bring fear tactics to the world. And there is no martial law as we speak. If anything, it's the Democrats that would invoke martial law. Look what they did during the COVID era. They set out to ruin lives. I can remember Tucker Carlson sitting Phil Murphy down, or having the remote interview there with Phil Murphy, the then governor of New Jersey. I think he's still governor of New Jersey. Who gives a fuck? But anyway, he's talking to him, and Phil Murphy is bragging about how state troopers tackled one guy jogging on the beach by himself. It's just him and these two state troopers chasing him down, tackling him on the beach because he's jogging, and hauling him in to justice. And what was he doing? Jogging on the beach all by himself during COVID, outdoors near the water. These bastards, I'm telling you, these bastards. And so Tucker asked him, he asked him, what made you nullify the Bill of Rights? By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights? And he's laughing, Phil Murphy. He's like, that's above my pay grade. I wasn't thinking of the Bill of Rights when we did this. And so Tucker Carlson seriously answers back, well, I could see that. So he put the screws to Phil Murphy. And, it's things like this that costed Tucker his job eventually on Fox News. But I'm going to tell you this, boys and girls. I'm going to tell you this. The Democrats are more likely to bring about martial law than the Republicans. Nobody cares more about your American freedom than Donald Trump, other than myself, maybe. And a bunch of other people who are now deceased, like our founding forefathers, like the late, great William Cooper, like who would be a fellow Republican today if he was still alive, Frank Zappa. And other people who would be Republicans if they were alive today, like the late, great Alan Merrill. But anyway, as I was saying, there is no martial law. They're doing these fear tactics on you as per usual. These scare tactics on you as per usual. It's just like the global warming thing. It's just like the fear tactics to make you get the death jab. It's just wrong. It's misleading. And people should start going to prison for it. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Tell all your friends about me. Make sure you spell my name right. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. Yaha.